What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? I'm having some technical difficulties over here, man. But you know what I'm saying? We got a good show for y'all coming up. We're gonna get into this college football preview of the top 12. We're gonna continue that. We're gonna get into maybe a little training camp, talk about some of these standout players for the past, few weeks of the training camp. Yeah, man, we got a good show coming to y'all, man. But I'm having some technical difficulties playing the intro. I don't know why. And we lost certified. So how y'all been doing, man? How camp looking? How's your team looking? You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling about what y'all hearing from camp so far?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, like the developments out of Patriots camp is pretty much, Javon Baker and Jalen Pope, man, like they're pretty much uncoverable. Um, and then also, Drake May had a couple rough days to start the week, but I think he had his best day of practice on Friday. So I mean, the media, like the local media, is excited about that. I mean, I still don't think he's gonna start the season, but I still think it's gonna be Jacoby until halfway through the season. Then he'll take over, and then we see what we have. So.
How you feeling, man? I know you. I heard something about one of your offensive linemen or something, right? Something was going on with one of your old linemen, your old tackles.
Yeah, so Ryan Ramchak, I know I've talked about him previously on the pod. He's officially on the retired list, retired reserve list. He got placed there a couple weeks ago, which was something I've talked about potentially happening with him. So I expect his retirement announcement to happen soon. So right now, there's a reshuffling of the O line. They currently have they're currently flipping Fuwaga from left tackle to right tackle and Trevor Penning from left tackle to right tackle, just to figure out what our offensive lineup is going to be. I personally would prefer Penning at right tackle because he's proven he is not a left tackle. Over the last 2 seasons he's been with us, and I think Fuwaga, while a rookie, I think he's shown, especially from the things I've heard in camp, he's shown great production. He's shown that he can be a solid. Yeah, he's gonna have I think he's gonna have a rookie year, but I think he's a more solid candidate for our left tackle position at this moment than Penning was coming out of his draft. And then also we've had a wide receiver, Mike Tippin. He's an undrafted wide receiver. He's the one that's been flashing in camp. He's the one I've been seeing reporters talk about. He's the one that's been making plays. So I think he potentially is fighting for wide receiver 3 currently in our lineup. And our media team is already starting the Spencer Rattler hype train. So we'll see what that's going to be like.
I
But
have heard that. I have heard that.
yeah. But
I think I seen
overall,
a I
I've
think I
been
seen a
seeing some
report pop where
positive.
it was like Rattler is he has elite traits. That's I think I seen it
Yeah,
say. I was
yeah, bro. They
like,
already
oh
started.
And welcome
I'm
to
just
my
like,
world.
Yeah, I
Shit.
heard
pump
that
the
shit.
brakes, bro. Just pump the brakes. But yeah, no, I've been seeing some positives and stuff like that. So everything's looking good. But like I said, my biggest question is the O line and the health of it because we lost depth and we're losing players, and I just don't know.
okay. Certified.
What's up, my good brother?
We're just doing a little training camp, preview, whatever you heard that you like, what you didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't listen, man. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, bro. I got my team muted right now. I don't care. I don't care.
Oh,
You
you,
know,
you I forgot
no,
you muted week 12, man.
all I care about is week one. Like who's there and who isn't. I have no control over that. I don't care. You know,
So you
if
kind of fed up with the Brandon IU situation too, huh?
no, I'm just tired of the off season period. You know what I'm saying? Like if ain't nobody coming back from injury or ain't nobody going down from injury, I don't care. All I care about is week one. That's it. You know. So I have no idea what the now. Uh, our rookie right guard. He started with the first team. 4 times last week, and because Spencer Burford broke his hand. Now they have said that he's excelling, but they always say shit like that. So, um, but I expected that from him, and they say that Colt McKivitt has took a turn for the better. So I mean, we'll see, you know. But yeah, man, I'm just worried about the Jets, bro. I'm not really thinking about no rookies. You know how I feel about rookies. You know what I'm
You can't
saying?
count in on it. Can't count in
Yeah,
on it.
I mean, bro, I've seen so many of them. I've seen Heisman Trophy winners flame out, yo. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I like when people say, "Oh yeah, we drafted X, Y, and Z." I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And so
Until he showed me, it really ain't. It really don't
yeah,
count.
it shit don't count. So we'll
Right now
see.
for the Eagles, man, I think like Tyler Steen, who's supposed to have been our right guard, he went down with an injury. So Mekhi
Um,
Becton been playing most of the guard snaps now. Uh, I mean, other than that, I mean, we just trying to get it together, bro. To be
yeah.
honest, I really don't care what it looked like. We went 1-6. I don't care about Kemp.
I listen, man. That's just where I
Show
am.
me you ain't gonna fold again, bro.
Like when I be saying shit like what I'm about to say in spaces, like sometimes like folks think I'm taking jabs and I'm not. But like I hate to do this, but when you're the Jets, you're excited about the draft. You're excited about training camp. You're excited about preseason and all that. You're excited about the possibility of a winning season. I ain't thinking about no fucking winning season, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about getting back. I'm thinking about winning the fucking conference. Thinking about no fucking winning season. I got other things I'm thinking about, dog. Like I got like I'm part of the hunted. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about no preseason, man. I
I
gotta
mean,
conserve my energy, dog.
yeah, but I think you got to understand their mindset, bro. They won the AFC East 2 times in the last 25 years.
Oh no,
Like
I get it,
they haven't won a lot. So that's why they all like. I mean, like I be in their spaces, and like it just sounds like they just be amped up on. I mean, like it'd be
yeah,
morning 8 a.m. and I mean, like they be on Ritalin. That's what it feel like. And
bro. Listen,
I'm like,
man.
bro, like it's August 3rd. Like y'all got to chill out. Like the
I
season.
get it, man. When we drafted Trey Lance, I was excited. I'm like, man, we about to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo. What? Sign me up. And you see how that went. But nah, man. I mean, everything is. I don't ain't no outside of injuries, ain't no rookies starting on my team.
Yeah, that's
And
true. I mean,
and and my most of my veterans ain't even playing like during preseason. They might play a few snaps the last game or the second game, but that's about it. You
and I
know?
think the best chance that you have for a rookie to play is Parasol, but your wide receiver room kind of crowded. So
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah.
I
He gonna get some packages and shit.
yeah, but he's not
Hey,
gonna start though.
hey,
That's what.
bro. So I was talking to my peoples. Okay. And so we're gonna send you Brandon for Judon and go ahead and throw us a fourth. And yeah, how
I'm
you like that?
Judon in the fourth.
A
Sure,
Judon and a fourth.
sure, whatever. Yeah, I should. Hell yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I mean, the thing about Judon is, I mean, he's on the last year of his deal. He won a new deal, and he's 34. So I think that's what. Yeah. So you want Judon in the fourth? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Don't bother me.
You know what? I ain't know he was 34. Then
Nigga,
you gonna have to give me a third.
I mean, then I'll give you a third. It's not a big deal.
I'm keeping my fourth.
Yeah, I mean, third, yeah, third, yeah, that's fine.
Yo, he
I
34 for real?
He's either 34 or he's somewhere between 32 and 34. Like I gotta look that up. I'm not 100% sure, but
Damn. I ain't know he was that old, dog. I thought he was
yeah,
like
but the thing,
29, 30.
but the thing about pass rushers is like they're like
Yeah.
longer now. So I mean,
And he's that motherfucker's built like a fucking oak tree. So I mean,
yeah,
I'm not worried about him getting hurt or nothing like that. And him on the other side of Nick Bosa, man, shit, that might. Oh my
no, I
god.
take that back. He's not 34. He's definitely 31. So I was off by that.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right, I'll give you a fifth. I give you a fifth.
Yeah, sure.
He's still in his prime.
And I would like to keep him, but I mean, if I could get a wide receiver one, then hell yeah, I will take wide receiver one. So,
Mm.
and if I match him up with Javon Baker and Jalen Polk and Pop Douglas, like I've got a certified, like room at wide receiver, and the freaking league. So hell yeah, I'll do that.
How your quarterback situation
Yeah, it's Jacoby
panning
Brissett.
out?
Jacoby gonna be this. I've been saying this man for months, man. Everybody on Twitter be asking me every day. Yeah, is Drake May gonna play? Is Joe Milton gonna Joe Milton shit is to me is laughable, but I'm not gonna address that right now. But yeah,
Hey man,
Jacoby.
he an athlete though.
He is. He'll probably be our third quarterback because he's getting more reps over what's the dude's name? The dude I can't stand. Shit.
Zappy gone, right?
Yeah, Zappy. That's what I'm talking about. Like he's getting more reps over
Okay.
Zappy. So I guess the staff thinks about Zappy. Zappy worse than Joe Milton, but I just think it's Jacoby. Jacoby's looked pretty good in camp. Against our good defense in camp, he going against the ones. He looked good. I think Jacoby gonna get the start. My whole thing was I'll start Jacoby and then halfway through the season I'll put Drake in. And I'll see because at that point the season will be lost anyways. So it's probably like around week 10, 11. You can put the kid in. You just play. So. But yeah, that's how I was looking at in that aspect. Oh, I forgot to mention, Christian Barmore got the whole I think it's like blood clots in his leg. So I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't foresee him playing at all. We've had other guys
Think
that
you
have
gonna
that
miss the
injury.
whole season?
Yeah, I think so because our center David Andrews had the same thing like a couple years ago, and he missed the whole season. And the Patriots is just they're real when it comes to injuries. Like they're not going to force you back too fast. That's just their nature.
Yeah.
And he's 25. They just signed him to a new deal. So the kid's 25 years old. Like we're not expected to do anything this season. So what's really the point? Like I would just sit him for the whole year, just make sure he's healthy for next. And I would just, I would go that route. But and I guess we'll see. The blood clots ain't that serious. Maybe he come back middle of the season, but I'm just not sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Them blood clots can be tricky, man. They can seemingly be gone and then be back.
Yeah.
So it's tricky.
Yeah,
it could
you gotta be real careful.
It could be career ending or it could be season ending.
Well, yeah, because I think if they go untreated and then they start moving throughout your body, then you're not in really good shape to play again. I think, but I think in his situation, they found it in his legs and it didn't go to to other parts of his body, and I think they dealt with it. So now he's just trying to recover from that. I think at this point.
All right, so we got to continue this good argument about this list we made. I'm trying to finish this last one, but we got to let me pull this up for everybody so they remember where we at. I was showing it before. Sure. Go up. See this bracket so we can break down these games. All right, so the bracket we did last week, if you wasn't here, we got Notre Dame versus Penn State. Notre Dame is the number 8 team. Penn State is the number 9 team. Then we have Alabama number 5 versus JMU at number 12. We got number 7 Texas versus number 10 Clemson. We got Oregon at number 6 versus UCF at number 11. That's the games we got. First game on the list will be wrong game. Notre Dame, Penn State.
Man, that's a tough one. But that's a tough one to call, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Definitely a close one to call. Definitely a hard one. I'm kind of favoring Penn State. I kind of like what they got. I think their team, they kind of retained a lot from last year. They didn't really lose a lot of pieces. They bringing back some camaraderie. I think Notre Dame, just to me, I think Penn State being in the Big Ten, kind of being battle tested at this point. They didn't play, Ohio State. I think they would have played, a few teams that would have gave them some competition. Looking at Notre Dame's schedule, I think Penn State is prepared for this game, and I think this game would be It would be in Notre Dame, would it not?
Yeah, the game was going to be at the home team, the team that's the highest ranked. So that would be the Fighting Irish, yeah. But
I think Penn State can go in there and rock something out. I do. I'll take Penn State on this one.
yeah, I mean, for me, like I think like the thing about both these schools, like both these schools are going to have really good defenses next year. Like I've done some research on the Notre Dame defense, and apparently they're going to have a lot of guys going into that draft that a lot of people are going to want to draft early in the draft, like maybe first, like day one, day two. But I mean, Penn State does it every year. I mean, like so I mean, defensively, like I think they're both going to be really good defensively, and then for me, it comes down to their offenses, and to me, it comes down to Drew Alar on the Penn State side, and then I think the quarterback at Notre Dame is the quarterback from Duke, I believe, from last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think. But so Drew Alar, like I watched Drew last year, he just didn't play that well to me, and then like this year. I mean, everybody's expecting him to bounce back season because he's supposed to go into the draft, so he needs to have a bounce back season to play much better. Um, I'm gonna go slightly, and I mean with the slightest of slights. I mean with Penn State, because I just think it's kind of what you said. Like they play in the Big Ten. I mean, the Big Ten is going to be a harder conference this year. So like, and I only anticipate Penn State losing maybe 1 or 2 games. I don't anticipate them losing too many. And I just think they probably just have a little bit too much for the Fighting Irish. And I mean, like when I say slight of wins, like maybe like a field goal victory or something like that. Like that's how.
That's where I'm at with it too, Mick. I'm like 3 points, maybe even a 1 point screech out where like they driving down the field, they need a field goal to win it type. Like Notre Dame gonna be in that type of situation, I feel.
Yeah, so the quarterback for Notre Dame is Riley Leonard. Like he was the Duke quarterback last year, and the quarterback, someone asked, who's the quarterback for Penn State? It's Drew Alar. Drew Alar, like, yeah. So the thing for him in the NFL is like teams love his because he's your prototypical quarterback. He's got all the measurables. This problem is to play on the field. He didn't really, to me. I mean, like I mean, if you look at his numbers from last year, his numbers look good. But if you watch the games, he just there's certain big games like the Ohio State game he didn't play well in. The Michigan game he didn't play like the big games against teams that are going to have talent that go to the NFL. He did not play good in those games, and so I need for him to be able to play good in those games this year. So I'm just going to wait and see.
I think it's a big transition for Notre Dame too, Mitt. Like they going from like their main person last year for me personally, looking at the games was Audric. Like I don't know if the backup running back is as good as Audric, but I'm assuming the offense is going to be changing. It's going to be a little bit more having to be balanced, and I got to see that first. You know what I'm saying? And looking at it from this point, it's just like I don't really know.
See, I'm not as worried about the running back for the Irish like that because it's like I mean like the thing about the Irish, I mean like they lost Joe Alt. I mean Joe Alt he was the number 1 tackle in the draft. So you're not just gonna find some kid coming out of either the transfer portal or a recruit coming out of high school that's going to replace Joe Alt. You're just not going to have you're just not going to replace that. Like I mean, some people want to call him like generational. I don't really use the word generational like that, but that's what some people are saying. And I mean, the dude was 6'8", over 300 pounds. I mean, he's a big guy. So I mean, like as long as the Irish have a good line, I'm not as worried about the running back position because I think I mean, like they have running backs there, and if the line blocks well, and especially in the run game, they should be able to run the ball. And I mean, like in my personal opinion, now when you go against teams like Penn State and like Ohio State, and I don't think they play Ohio State this year, or Penn State, but like certain teams they got to play. I mean, it's going to show me if they can run the ball or not. So,
Go ahead, sir. My bad.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm kind of edging like y'all with Penn State. I just think that they're a more solid team. Yeah, they did lose a couple of defensive players in the draft this year, but I still think that the production that they have behind those players is going to show up this season. I also think their offense is just a little bit better. Yeah, Drew Alar, though, he is the big question mark. Are we going to see better production from him? Because if he does put up a season that people are expecting from him, I think Penn State could edge out Notre Dame in this game. Again, I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be very close. maybe touchdown, maybe field goal. I think it's going to be a very tough game, but I think at the end, Penn State is going to edge out Notre Dame. I don't have faith in the quarterback that Notre Dame has right now. He played okay at Duke, but I just don't think it's going to be enough to lift Notre Dame over Penn State. And also the offensive line, there's question marks with that on Notre Dame as well. So if those questions get answered, I think the running game will be fine, and I do think a balanced attack is going to happen with that. Especially, I think they have a tight end that's supposed to be one of the top tight ends in college football this season as well. So I think Notre Dame um, is going to be competitive, but at the end of it all, I think Penn State is going to edge them out and win.
On you, sir.
I think basically the same thing, man. So again, every time we do a college space, I mean not space, but pod, remind people that I am getting familiar with college football again. I haven't been watching. I've only been watching pretty much the last 2 years. I'm catching up on my own program. But what I have noticed over the last 2 years from Notre Dame is more of the same. This isn't
Yeah,
Lou Holtz. This isn't Lou Holtz Notre Dame. This isn't the Notre Dame that I think about when I hear Notre Dame. And it's just like um I've seen them with talent. I've seen them with good recruiting classes and whatnot, and nothing's panned out, and it's like uh, when I do see them go up against the head honchos, they get smoked every time. You know what I'm saying? So, and I
that's really their
know,
reputation too. That's crazy,
yeah, get right, Notre Dame,
bro.
dog,
That's really
Notre
their
Dame.
reputation.
And it's crazy that we're even having this conversation about them and Penn State because we know that I would say I don't know the people's names, but I would say that I think Notre Dame is a little more talented than them, but I think that Penn State is a better football team than them. You understand what I'm saying? Like I
Agreed.
trust them more.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I know what Penn State gonna do on Saturday. You understand what I'm saying? Like they might lose, but you ain't gonna punch on them. Man, I might turn the TV on and Notre Dame getting punched on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It might not. It might. You know what I'm saying? So until I don't see that from them niggas no more, that's who they are to me. So Penn State.
All right.
Yeah, I agree,
Well, Penn
especially with your
State.
take about Penn State being the overall better football team. I can agree because defensively, I think Notre Dame is up there with Penn State, but offensively, I just don't see the same
Yeah.
for them. And
Yeah,
overall, as a
like
team, I
you
just think Penn State is better.
I mean, the
you
only thing I
gotta
think
you
about,
gotta beat Penn State. You gotta
yeah,
beat them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna let you win. You gotta beat them,
Yeah, it's gonna
regardless
be
of
a
how much
dogfight.
talent they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially at home. Oh, nigga, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
the
like,
next. Go
well,
ahead. Go ahead.
let me just add one. Like, 'cause the only thing I add about Notre Dame, their offense, I think they got one of the better tight ends in the country too. I think that's what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to watch out for him during the season. I
What's
kind
his
of want to see
name?
how we. I forgot his name. Like, I'd have to pull up his name. Hold on, give me a
I
second.
know who you talking about. Um, cause he's just as athletic, if not more than the guy that got drafted. I know who you talking about. I just don't know his name.
Yeah, like he's primed to be drafted next year in the draft too.
Yeah, he's like being talked about as one of the top tight ends
Yeah,
going
so
into next season.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know his name. So I mean, I can find his name later. But yeah, like I mean, like that's a kid that could make a difference for like the Irish's offense. Um, so actually, I got the roster pulled up. So the tight end,
Oh,
it's looking like the starting tight end is. Hold on, it's just at the depth chart. So their starting tight end is Evans Mitchell. Mitchell.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
That's him.
Mitchell Evans. So yeah, he's a kid to watch out for Notre Dame. So yeah, I look out for him. For me, like I said, like it's like the offense. It's what everybody said. Like offensive line, like gotta, they lost Joe Alt's a really great player. So you're gonna have to see how they do with that. And then the tight end position. If they can produce out of that position, like Riley Leonard, he's not a bad quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback either, but he can get the job done. So
yeah, and I know
So we got.
Smitty, you talked
So everybody
about
picked Penn State, right? Everybody picked Penn
yeah,
State.
but
yeah,
real quick,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know you
I just
talked
wanted to
about
make sure because I was
Arden
redoing the.
Esteem, but I think Jeremiah Love, I think he can have some good production with Notre Dame this year. He was
No,
he
I
was the
just didn't know. I
backup
didn't know
running
who the
back.
backup was, Pop. So what's his name?
Yeah,
That's what I was
Jeremiah
kind of asking.
Love.
Jeremiah Love. I'm gonna look into him. I didn't know
Yeah.
nothing about him. That's why I said I didn't know if they had another type running back that was stepping in to kind of pick up the load.
Yeah, he was the backup last year, and he put up some decent stats as a backup running back. But I think with the starting position, I think you could really see some great production out of him.
yeah. But I do think this is like like this matchup. If it does happen, like I think it would be like a great matchup to watch though, in my opinion. So
Facts. I
It's definitely gonna.
yeah, it's gonna be a great game, bro. Especially if it's a night game. Oh man.
Um,
yeah, see, I'm not sure how they're setting up the schedule for these games. I don't think,
man,
and then we're not gonna know what the schedule is gonna be looking like right now. So
Notre Dame in the whiteout. Oh man.
Oh.
Oh man.
yeah,
Oh man.
Nah,
yeah,
it'll
Bro.
Notre Dame. It'll be at Notre Dame.
Oh, it is.
Notre Dame the 8 seed. Notre Dame the 8
I
seed.
mean, they turn up out there in South Bend too, though.
Yeah, they
They
do,
they do.
man.
They motherfucker. They show up and show out.
For sure. Like a night game between these two teams, bro. It's I think it can become a classic game. Like a classic battle, bro.
It's gonna be loud in there, boy.
yeah.
Who
Hmm.
who does USC got anybody at home from the Big Ten this
I
year?
think
I will have to look up their schedule
probably
again, but I do
You
believe
said, do they go to
do.
anybody's house?
No,
no.
No.
no,
At home.
Do
they
they
play
have
at home.
anybody?
I
I
think
think they
they
got.
do.
Don't they have Penn State at home? I thought they have one
Yeah,
of.
yes,
Yeah, they
yes,
have Penn
yes,
State at home
yes.
because I think they go to Wisconsin.
So they got
That better be prime time.
Wisconsin. No, they got Wisconsin at home, Penn State at home,
Oh, so Wisconsin's a home game too. Okay, bet.
and Rutgers, Nebraska, and they got Notre Dame. Notre Dame got to go
Do
out
they
there.
have a time for the Penn State game yet?
Penn State. Nope, it's a to be determined.
It's probably gonna
Okay.
be it. The shit's on the West Coast. At
The
best,
only games they only got 3 games with their times. That's the first game against y'all at 7:30, Utah State and Michigan.
and I think they got to put that Penn State game on at 8, like because it's on
Yeah.
the West Coast already.
It's
So
gonna be like 5 our time.
yeah, so it's either gonna be at 3 or it's gonna be at 8. And why would you
It
want to put the
better
game on?
not be at 3, yo.
I don't think it
Nah,
will
I
though.
think they go do that
Because
for a
it's
night
Penn
game,
State
bro. You
USC.
got to.
That's a big matchup. So
It gotta be 8:30.
Yeah,
It has to be.
it's
Yeah.
gonna have to be like the prime game on I don't know what network
But they
the
will fuck. They
Big
would
Ten
do
is
some
on.
shit like that though. They
It's-
would put that shit at 3 o'clock.
I think it's probably gonna be on Fox because doesn't Fox still have like Fox and ESPN have not ESPN but Fox has the Big Ten, right?
I believe
I
so.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll probably put that
Yeah.
on Fox. Yeah,
Yeah, because the SEC is on ABC now.
yeah. Well, yeah. The SEC's covered by ESPN, so that's why they're on ABC and ESPN.
Yeah.
probably
I
gonna
know
be
this next game only gonna take us about 3 minutes. It's gonna go around real quick. We're gonna be back real quick so we can move on. You know what I mean? So Alabama versus James Madison. James Madison is Cinderella, the first of the 12 teams to make it out of the group of 5. But they got punched on. I'm gonna just leave it at that. They got punched on, abused, and they had to go down to Tuscaloosa. They ain't ready for that. I don't think they're ready to go in there and play with them boys. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, James Madison, you came this far. to get back on your bus and enjoy. Listen, matter of fact, they're not even gonna drive home sad. They're gonna be like, bro, we made the first college football playoff as the 12th seed, and we went down there and did a little something. We might have scored a touchdown. I think this game get out of hand early though.
Yeah, for sure. I think the talent difference is just gonna be too apparent. The only way James Madison wins is something catastrophic happens with that Alabama team. I just think um I don't think it's gonna be a competitive game. I think it's gonna be a boat race. They may score a touchdown. It could be a blowout where they score no points. I just don't see this being a competitive game at all.
I mean, everybody knows I don't like Alabama like that. It's definitely not my favorite team in the country or whatever. But it is what it is, man. They're playing James Madison. I think James Madison will be able to put up 7 to 10 points, but the question is how many points they're gonna give up. I mean, like they could give up.
What?
Like 40,
Yeah, you could give up like
they could give up like 40, 50
40,
points.
50.
I don't think they gonna score though.
I think they are because at some point in the game, Bama's going to put in their reserves. They're going to be up so much that they're
Right.
reserves, and I mean that's
And they reserves gonna boat race their ass.
Yeah,
That's who
they
really
might get a
gonna give it
field
to him.
goal.
is the second string. The second string really gonna give it to him because they don't get to play. So they ain't gonna hold back. They gonna, you know how them niggas do. Come on now.
And I'm just thinking that I mean, like at some point in the game, like the third or the fourth string for Bama would be in, and that's the chance that James Madison will score they 7 to 10 points. That's all.
I got him scoring. I got him scoring 10 too, J Mitt. I got him scoring 10.
I don't got him scoring at all, dog. I doubt these niggas cross midfield.
The reason why is just it's just how players are. I get up 42, 38. I'm not out there doing what I was doing when we was getting here. I'm gonna be out there chilling. We're gonna relax. You might get a little no hurry up touchdown.
Bro, we talking
Yeah,
about
I hear you,
backups.
but like to
NIL done changed all that shit, dog. Backups is coming in. They putting film out there. This is what I can do. This is what I'm worth. Them second strings gonna come in there and they gonna run their ass off the fucking field, dog. I'm telling you, Alabama.
You gotta think about it. These guys are probably trying to showcase like, yo, I want to start next year.
Yeah.
At whatever position I'm playing, they're vying for a starting
position. They're not letting up, bro. They are not going to let up.
Listen. I gave them the 10 pop.
Show out, yeah.
But I think Alabama might score 60.
I mean,
but I think that's the point. I think we all think like Bama gonna stomp on them, but like they might get 7. They might.
It's gonna be like a kickoff return or some shit.
Yeah,
I can see them doing some trickery, just some trickery down the field, just to try to get there. You know what I mean? It might be 63-3.
They are.
It's possible.
They're gonna out athlete them so bad.
Yeah, it's the talent difference.
Yeah,
it's apparent.
And then now let's throw in the coaching. You know what I'm saying? Now let's throw in like the scheme and the game plan. Like there's superior everywhere, not just better. They're superior. That shit is gonna be disgusting. And like I said, they're not gonna let up, bro. Like they man, they gonna put on a fucking show.
But I've seen Alabama let.
Talking about Alabama now, remember?
I've seen Alabama
flashy
let some
ass
Rudy Poo score. I've seen them let some Rudy Poo score before.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I think that NIL shit done changed things, bro.
Last year,
no, I'm talking about last year. I ain't talking about.
It was last year. It was like the first half of the season when they were struggling. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, no one's saying that James Madison going to win the game. We're not saying that, but we just saying they're going to score 7 to 10. I'm saying they're going to score 7 to 10 points. I don't think that's that far fetched.
It's pretty generous, but I ain't gonna fight you on it.
But I mean, are they going to win? Hell no, they ain't going.
No, it's not even going to be competitive.
Nah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's gonna be like 56-3 going into the fourth quarter, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the worst thing that they can do is score in the first quarter. I think if James Madison score any points in the first quarter, about Alabama will probably demolish them,
I mean,
like
they put them off.
run them into the ground.
I mean, but that's what's gonna happen anyways. It ain't gonna make much of a difference either way. So
Nah, it really ain't. It really ain't. All right. See, I told you that one gonna take long. Now this one is gonna be a little bit more tricky. We got number 7 Texas versus number 10 Clemson. Clemson got to go out there to the old Longhorn Stadium.
the boys gotta go out to Austin, boy. That's that's not gonna be easy for them.
I'm gonna say, man, listen, the Clemson isn't what I'm used to them being. I understand that they do have some returning, a lot of returning players, and they have a good recruiting class. But until they show me that they are that machine again, um, I like what Texas is doing. That I like what the direction that they're going with their program. I like how they are um, getting it, they're getting their fair share of the talent pool from Texas now. They moved to the SEC. Is I gotta go with Texas, man, over Clemson. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to put my ACC rivalry shit to the side. I just don't, and until I see, like I said, man, until I see Clemson be why we're even talking about Clemson again. I gotta go with the hot hand, and that's Texas.
I think for me, the story of the game will be the trenches. Um, Texas lost some defensive players on that D line. I need to see what the production out of that is. I think they have some transfers and some redshirt seniors right now that are starting for them. And Clemson's offensive line, they played pretty well last year, but I don't know how they're going to hold up in this game, especially if I think the type of talent that Texas is going to have. I just think the Texas defense is going to dominate, in my opinion. I don't know what the running back situation. I know Will Shipley got drafted by the Eagles. I don't know who the backup running back
Yeah,
for Clemson, who the starting running back for Clemson is. I don't know. Their wide receivers, you need to get better production out of that talent group for Clemson as well. And I think their quarterback is going to play well. This will be his second year in the system, so I think we can see some good production out of him. But offensively, I just don't see them being able to score the type of points they're going to need to against Texas, just because I think the Texas defense is going to be a lot better and be able to gain those stops and potentially a turnover to change the momentum of the game.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
no, I'll make this quick because I don't think. I mean, my issue with Clemson is like it's their whole strategic approach, right? It's the coach, like it's Dabo, like he don't want to go into the portal. He don't really want to invest in like I mean, paying the players the way they should be paid. And I think that's the reason why he finds himself with what I mean rosters that should be better than what they are, and they're not. And I mean, Texas lost a lot, but it's Texas, so they're going to bring it. They're going to have talent. Like
right.
I don't think for Texas talent will ever be an issue. It's just can the coaching get the talent to perform like they should.
Yep.
So I mean, with that being said, I mean the coach got a little personal issue that I should say little, but he got a personal issue that he's going through right now. But I mean, as long as Ewers is playing well during the season, stays healthy, like I just don't see a lot of resistance from Clemson. Like I think Clemson's defense is going to be good, but I just think if like Ewers is healthy and he's I mean he's playing his A game, I just don't think Clemson could beat them. And I mean, like I would have it at somewhere between Texas winning by 10 or 14 points. Like that's what I would have it as.
All right. When it come down to me, right? Obviously, I like what Pop said, so I ain't gonna reiterate it. I'm not gonna double down on it. Obviously, like it come down to Cade versus Quinn, and from what I seen from Cade compared to what I see, I would certify it this one. Like I know the teams. I ain't even like certified who don't know that. I trust Quinn to be more consistent than Cade because Cade ain't consistent at all. At least I can count on Quinn to come through. I watched him perform in the playoffs. Watch him perform down the season. Yes, he had a few bad games, but in the best moments, he beat Alabama. He got him some wins in the college football playoffs. Like I think, like to me, I don't know if Cade Klubnik is ready for an environment like that. It's gonna be hostile in Austin, bro. It's gonna be loud. Then people are gonna be nasty. The game is gonna be in the trenches, bro. And when you get into that point where you got people coming up the middle and you don't really know what to do and you already nervous, you start making mistakes. And I think at that point, Texas is going to capitalize. I got it like by 14. I got Clemson losing by 14.
Yeah, I mean, like I just think that's a very valid outcome. I mean, maybe they'll compete hard in the first. Clemson will compete hard in the first half, and I just think Texas just takes over in the second half. Oh, and the quarterback for Clemson is Cade Klubnik, I guess. Yeah, so that's
Cade Klubnik. Yeah. I just said I trust Quinn over Cade all day. Klubnik.
And I just think, like, I mean, normally, like you could say Clemson's gonna have like good wide receivers. They have a history of having good wide receivers, but they didn't have that last year. So I can't. It's hard for me to lean on. The history shows that they recruit good wide receivers. That's the history.
Yeah.
But it ain't the recent history though. And I mean, like the running back. I mean, like they lost Will Shipley. Like Will Shipley was their Mr. Everything. He did everything for them. You know, he ran the ball. He caught the ball. I don't think his blocking was, pristine or anything. But I mean, yeah, he was there. He was their Mr. Everything last year. And losing him, I don't know how you replace that. And part of the way you replace that is like they need their wide receivers to be better. And so we just got to wait and see if their wide receiver core can be better than they were last year because they just weren't that good last year.
Yeah. And fuck you and your team for drafting Shipley. By the way, I forgot to tell you that. I've been meaning to tell you that.
You was looking me?
Huh?
Me?
Oh, was my mic on? My bad, dog. That's crazy. That's crazy. My mic was on. That's crazy. I can't believe that happened.
You like the Will Shipley?
I wouldn't, man.
I mean, who didn't like?
Now I said I hope we draft Will Shipley, dog. I said him and Ricky. I wanted both of them, but I was like, I'll take either or, and we got Ricky.
And I wanted Will Shipley too, but that shit, y'all draft him, so that shit ain't happen.
He, bro. I don't think he gonna last long, but he gonna put in work. Like that 4-6 year run that he have, I think he gonna put in work.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the most crucial thing in his development and him lasting longer is the fact that Saquon, for some, I don't know what kind of connection they had, but since he stepped in the building, Saquon, you little bro, you going to camps with me, you going to work out with me. If I go to Nova Scan, you on the plane.
It's probably because, first of all, they're in the same room, they're in the running back room, and Saquon know he the guy, so he ain't really looking over his shoulder. He know he the guy.
Yeah, but he ain't grab Kenny. He ain't grab Kenny up who the backup.
I'm just saying, dog. Like Shipley is like he's one of them ones, dog. Like once he get going, man, he's a great athlete, man. He doesn't make mistakes. He's not the most explosive guy, but it's kind of like I ain't even gonna say it, but yeah, y'all got.
I mean, to me, like Kenny Gainwell, the reason why he put his arm around Kenny Gainwell, because to me, Kenny Gainwell he's not a running back, bro. Like y'all play him there, But that nigga not a running back, bro. He more like to me. He's more of a receiver than a running back to me. But I mean, shit. I mean, sometimes he don't catch the ball either. So I don't know how that go. But
Smitty, what you laughing at, bro?
They thought Kenny Gainwell was Darren Sproles, and that boy,
bullshit.
Bro, look,
Not Darren Sproles.
Not Darren Sproles, bro.
Look, while he talking about Kenny, I'm over here dying, boy, because I be saying this on the podcast all the time.
Sproles gotta be damn near 40 by now.
Yeah,
man, I trade Kenny Gainwell for Sproles right now at 40.
Shit.
Right now, please.
Yeah, but Kenny Gainwell, I mean, he's just not that good. I mean, he's all right if he's your third or fourth running back, or maybe your second or third or fourth slot receiver. Like I feel him as more like a slot receiver personally, but I mean, he's just not that. I mean, he's an average NFL player that gives you average production. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I mean, he can replace easily.
So listen, y'all want to hear my conspiracy theory? The only reason he on the team is because his first cousin is Fletcher Cox.
Hey, J-Mac, you see Coach B with all that Pac-12 propaganda and in the comments and shit? Boy. Oh, boy, if I could go a Saturday without talking to them Pac-12 people.
Oh, they still exist?
Man, listen, man. Between him and Letch, who else? Who else is the Oregon fan?
So certified, they Oregon State fans or Washington State fans? Because I thought those were the only two teams left in the Pac-12.
I thought the whole conference was eradicated.
No, it's two teams left. It's two teams because nobody didn't want them.
But apparently, they are close to cockroaches. Because like cockroaches can withstand a nuclear blast. And that's kind of like what Pac-12 fans are. They're kind of like cockroaches. It's nothing that we could really do about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what we're going to do, burn down the house? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just set some bombs, get them up out of here early, so they can start recruiting and everything.
All right. So we got our last. Oh, here he comes too. Now you had to even stir him up because now here come the Pac-12 ending coming out right here.
Oh,
we got Oregon number 6 UCF. Jesus. Here he come. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think this is gonna be a good game. I'm really this, like, out of all the games, this is the one I'm battling with because I believe UCF has an opportunity to be a good team and give a fight. But I also know, like, I really don't know what to expect out of Oregon, but they've always been like consistently decent. But when they do face underachieving teams, they do get the win, right? I'm close on this one, man. I ain't gonna lie. I really want this to be the upset of the week. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want UCF to win, but if I had to go like logically looking at the teams, I might still go with UCF. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong.
Nah, you're dead wrong. That's true. UFC gonna be Oregon? Really?
I said, and listen, I just like what UCF building over there. It's just look, I like it.
I mean, maybe it's because you live in Florida. It's a Florida thing. I don't know, but I do not see UFC. I don't even think this game really gonna be that close. To be honest,
listen, it ain't got nothing to do with me being like. I just
believe in Oregon that much.
I just think.
What's good, bro?
And
look, so, Coach B, thank you, Coach B. Thank you, Coach B. Thank you.
What'd he say?
Somebody back me up.
I mean, that nigga don't like Oregon. Come on. I mean, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, Coach B don't like Oregon.
Oh yeah, I'm with Coach B. I got UCF with the upset.
Nah, and
I like what they doing, man.
And I just think, I mean, for me, like let me just say this real quick. Like, I just think the caliber athlete of Oregon. I'm not saying the UCF doesn't have athletes. They do. But I just think, I mean, Oregon, I mean, like their system and like what they're building, like I just think that they're going to win this game. Like, I'm not saying they're going, I ain't saying they're going to beat them by 3 touchdowns and that. I don't see it like that. Like, I see it like a 10 to 13 point game. That's what I see. So, but that's how I feel.
Hey, Coach B, that's kind of what had me on the ropes was KJ Jefferson, bro. I was like, if that man come in there and have a good game, he play consistent. I mean, I don't know, man. I could be
Coach B
tripping.
said Coach B
Yeah,
saying that
but
Oregon has issues with running
that's my
quarterbacks.
that's my question for this
Yeah, and their
game
quarterback is KJ Jefferson.
is KJ Jefferson gonna be healthy? Because injuries plagued him during his tenure with Arkansas, but when he was healthy, he showed flashes of a really great college quarterback. And if KJ Jefferson is healthy going into this game, he gonna give that Oregon defense problems because not only is he big and physical, he could also make them throws. Now, he can get better with his accuracy and his touch because sometimes he be throwing bombs. But I think if we get a healthy KJ Jefferson with this UCF team, I think they can edge Oregon out in this game. Just
Hey,
because I don't have
sort of.
faith in the Oregon defense, and I also um like you lost all your wide receiver production to the draft. You
Are you
lost
talking
your
about Oregon?
starting running back. You lost your quarterback. I don't know off the top of my head who the Oregon quarterback is right now. I
He's
know
the transfer from OU. It's I
Dylan
think it's,
Gabriel.
yeah. It's
Dylan Gabriel.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, so Dylan Gabriel, he's cool. I don't know if that's gonna be enough to overcome the UCF team because I think the UCF team is gonna be putting up points. And I don't know. I've just watched Oregon over the years, and until they show me that they can do something differently, I just don't have no faith in it. Like because I mean it's Oregon. Like we saw them last year. You couldn't beat Washington. You lost to them twice.
Yeah, but that's the only team that they lost to. They didn't lose any other team but that team. And the thing is, that team made it to the national championship game. So that ain't really a
but at
bad
the same
thing.
time, it's just I don't know. Oregon is Oregon. Uh, I just don't have no faith in them. I'm gonna just be honest. Until they prove me wrong, I'm gonna just say that UCF is gonna take the edge with this.
Hey, look. Hey, look. I thought I was starting the award, but look like a lot of people I really just like what they got. Like I think KJ, Kobe. I think what's the other receiver? Xavier. I knew all three of them, but I just think they got something going on, bro. Where they're gonna be able to like really do something. I think that that running back they got, RJ, and he gonna have a good season. Like I just really feel like them going into Oregon. I don't think they're gonna be scared, nervous, or none of that. I think they're just gonna be ready to fight. And I've seen UCF be in some big games and teams they should have got blowed out by be right there at the fight. And what was it, a year ago? Didn't one of their quarterbacks go down in a big game? Like they should have won the game. The quarterback get hurt. Game over, season over. You know what I mean? So I just feel like how Pop said, if you got a healthy KJ going into this game, a healthy offense, the team really. I ain't gonna even just say KJ. The team around him is still healthy. I think they got a fighting chance to pull this one out. That's just me. Mitt. You know what I mean? I just feel like they got a lot of things going on where they done gel, man. It just feels like they really building something, over there that's gonna be consistent.
I mean, give me Oregon, and I said, give me Oregon by 10. That's how I feel. So,
all right. Well, I think that's the last one on the list. I'm gonna leave the score out of that Oregon game because I need to post this. That was 3, right? 3 of us picked. Andre ain't in the thing no more. He left. So 3 of us picked UCF, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can always ask Dre later, which I mean, obviously he's picking Bama, and so we can ask him about the Penn State Notre Dame game and then the Oregon UCF game. So,
Yeah, true. Oregon by 10 sounds right on the money. I just don't know if bro, Oregon is inconsistent and choke artists. They get in some of the easiest games and turn into Rudy Poo. I just don't get it.
I was talking and shit. That's my mic was muted. Um, yeah, man. Like outside the Pac-12, I just feel like they are a mid-level program. You know,
And you talking about
and
Oregon?
yeah,
How they a mid level program? They I mean
it,
finished top almost every year the last what 4 or 5 years.
yeah, I know. Because I'm playing the Pac-12.
Yeah, but they're not in the Pac-12 no more now.
I
Niggas,
know, I know. So we'll see. We
yeah,
about to see.
yeah. They're in a real conference now. With I mean, you got USC in there, you got Oregon, you got Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State. So you got
Hmm.
real live teams in the Big Ten. So I mean, like the Big Ten teams ain't just gonna be able to go 11 and 12 and 0 no more. Like they're gonna have to earn them records now. I guess.
Yeah.
Like you said.
No, I'm just saying, man. Um, you know how I feel about the Pac-12, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have to go down that road. You already know. You've heard me talk about the motherfuckers 1,000 times. I don't trust none of those teams.
Yeah, I mean,
None of them do anything
I'll
ever.
say this though. I think
You know,
depending how
they
Oregon performs,
have nice, fancy offenses and everything, but
I
when it
think he
comes to
lagging.
defense,
yeah, he is.
yeah.
and then when it comes to defense outside the conference, it's even worse. You know what I'm saying? So and like I said, I like what UCF is doing. They really tapped into that Florida talent pool. Um, I mean, I don't
Hey,
know.
real
I mean,
quick,
I
I
like
got
what they
two
doing down there,
questions.
man.
Didn't that cornerback from Colorado, did he go to UCF?
He went to
Was I
Florida, and
breaking up, or was you
he's not
breaking
even
up?
yeah,
And
he was
he went to
breaking up.
Florida for like
And,
2 weeks, and then
yeah, they
yeah,
dropped him.
yeah.
Okay,
I think he did
okay,
something.
okay,
I think he violated team rules or something. Or he didn't go to
Man, listen, J Mick,
okay. I got you.
he wouldn't show up to practice, he wouldn't show up to meetings, and then when they were just like, look, we need you. He said all the right things into the meeting. Supposedly they had another team meeting an hour after that meeting. He didn't show up. He just said no, I'm not coming.
Okay. Well,
And people
I
make,
was. I,
but Pop, what's crazy about that situation is people blame Dion for him being a problem kid, and now they don't want to say I'm sorry that it really was just Kamani. He just made bad decisions.
yeah. My thing is, I think people just want to power blame on Dion, but if Dion is telling you, I'll say this: he don't lie. He don't. He
yeah. I
doesn't lie,
mean,
and he said that there's things that Cormani needs to work on outside of being a football player. Like he said, there are things, and he's shown you. But that was one question. But I'll say this about Oregon. Do they play Ohio State this year?
cool. Oregon.
Oregon? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do. I think that game's at Oregon though.
Okay. I'll say based upon how they play in that game, my opinion can change. Um, because I think that will be like one of their biggest tests in the Big Ten this year. Um,
Well, yeah. I mean,
and
that's how I view it too. Though I view like the two best teams in that conference
And they
is
got
like
to play both of them boys. They got to
yeah,
go. They got Ohio State come to them, and then they go to Michigan.
yeah. Well, I mean, Michigan.
mm,
I don't view Michigan as a top two school in that. To me, the top two schools in that conference is Oregon and Ohio State. That's what I got as the top two. I think Michigan. I mean, you got Michigan, you got Penn State, and like the next tier of teams that are battling out for like the third and the fourth best team. Like there's a few teams you can put in that tier that's like battling for the third and the fourth best team in the Big Ten. So
yeah, so I'll say depending on how Oregon plays against Ohio State, my opinion can change about the team. Um, but as of right now, I'm gonna give UCF the slight edge, just a very slight edge. I don't think they're gonna blow Oregon out. I think it's gonna be a close game. And if Oregon wins, I think they will win at least by 2 scores.
So according to the bracket we got right now from the votes today, what we looking like? So we got Ohio State versus Penn State, Utah versus Alabama, Georgia versus Texas, Florida State versus UCF. I think we got another slate of good games.
Yeah, I think the games, second round games is going to be better than the first round games.
That Georgia Texas game, it would be interesting to watch. I ain't gonna even lie. I think that's gonna be one of them ones people might leave with broken noses and stuff like that.
I mean, to be honest, like that's a rematch game because we already played them during the regular season. We had to go to Texas to play them, so that game would be, in Athens. So it's essentially
neutral. That'll be neutral. Oh, that'll be a neutral ground game, Mick.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, it'll be a neutral site game. So it's like that'd be our rematch for since we play in the regular season. So yeah, interesting.
ACC bias. What ACC bias? What?
I mean,
it's ACC bias. Bro, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not an ACC fan. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I only watched maybe 3 teams in the ACC. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bias? Who, us?
We going out. Me and my ACC partner, FSU, we going out of the ACC. We tired of y'all. Y'all the reason we didn't make the championship last year. If we was in another conference, we would have been in.
I know an SEC nigga didn't just use the word bias.
I mean, actually, the dude that told you that is a Big Ten nigga. That's who told you that.
Wait a minute. Yeah, is this thing going? Yeah, did I hear that correctly?
That's a USC fan.
It's a USC fan. What's Big
now?
And I'm just reading the comments. That's all.
ACC bias. What ACC?
USC. University of South Carolina.
Yeah, UCLA fan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Coach B. Yeah, no, Coach B. I think is a USC fan.
No, he's a.
I know what fan he is.
University of South Carolina, right?
I thought he was. Nah, he a Texas fan, bro. He a Texas fan.
Cause I know he ain't talking about the USC toy soldiers. Oh, them motherfuckers ain't been relevant in God knows how long, man. Like they. Oh boy, talk about underachieving.
Hey, look, I think I heard him in a space say Vince Young is his favorite player of all time.
Vince Young,
you know the one that took the championship from him. You know what I mean? The one that
nasty.
Y'all some nasty niggas. Y'all are some nasty dudes right now. That's crazy.
Hey
man, I'm just telling you what I had heard. And, you know what I'm saying? I had
me in this. Heard. This is something I will not be involved with. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
Smitty, I don't know about you, but I don't particularly like these allegations. You understand what I'm saying? Like we just, I'm me personally. I'm just telling you a few talking points that I've heard on the Twitter. And the USC toy soldiers may or may not have came up once or twice, and I'm just sharing some of the information that was shared. That's all.
I was just, what I'm saying. I thought I swear he had told me like that was his Coach B. And I could be wrong, man.
Wait a minute, Coach B. He in the comments? Oh damn, Coach B is. I ain't know he was in the comments. What's going on, Coach B? How you doing, brother? You hear these people talking about your team like this, man? It's crazy. I'm glad you're here because they was trying to jump me, man. They was trying to jump me, bro.
Oh man. No, it's all
man. Yeah, man. Stop lying on Coach B, man.
Hey, I had to find the running back, man. Jamal Charles, man. That was his guy. He was cheering for him, man. I know he got a Jamal Charles jersey in there, Texas with the Longhorn, burnt orange. I know you got one. One, Coach B.
He be trying to hook him.
Yeah, he be hooking him.
Pew,
pew, pew. Hook him, cowboy. Oh man. Hey, look, I gotta find Coach B in the space after this. He gonna be talking shit.
I mean, you ain't got to find him too far because I think he does a playback on Sundays about college football. So I mean, I mean, like you could check him there, I guess, or not check him there, but you can
So
find him.
wait a minute.
Whoa,
So
good
what?
brother.
Good
brother. Hold on, wait. No, this man, Clinton Portis, I liked him a little bit, but not enough to buy a jersey, man. He played for two of my ops. He didn't play for one op. He played for two ops. He played for Miami and the Redskins. Nah, we ain't doing that. He double op. I ain't playing those games. Not Clinton Portis. Whoa, dang, certified. You got a Frank Gore Miami jersey, bro?
I mean, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because this ain't no. I mean, it's like this a courtroom or something. You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna make me answer? No. You know what I'm saying? If somebody gave it to me, I might keep it. I might not keep it. But
Someone said the non-answer is more of an answer than answering the question. That's what some people would say.
I think
Coach B.
some people should mind their business.
And you know what? I know a player he got the jersey of, bro. I know exactly who jersey he got, bro. He got Troy Aikman, the UCLA joint.
What?
UCLA, the blue and yellow joint. Yeah, he got one. I know he do.
Nasty.
Oh,
You got the classic. Coach B has always wanted to go UCLA. I remember we was in the space where he was talking to me. He was just like, man, I used to go sleep in my golden bear suit. my golden bear onesie, yo. And he was just like,
oh, you got a golden bear onesie?
Golden bear onesie, dog. Golden bear onesie.
Sheesh. That's a nasty word.
Oh,
see, Coach B?
And the Drake just said FSU won't play for the ACC title, man. That's fucked up.
He been saying that. You better hope the tie ain't really low. You better hope the shore ain't extend, because if the shore extend, that means you way out there. Nick Saban ain't here to help you save you from drowning now.
I know, right?
Oh, bruh. Hey, look, I don't know who Trez is, but he nasty. He said he got the Golden Bear Marshawn Lynch.
Ooh. Oh. Hey, Coach B, say quesadilla. Say it. Hey, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you see what Push said, certified?
What is it?
Who's your favorite line? Perry Booker is Push.
Who the bitch is that?
That's how you know that nigga's Jamaican. First name is Perry, bro. That's crazy.
You know he an Islander. He's straight from the island.
He's not an island. Like he's Jamaican, bro. Like
the man with two last names.
I mean, Perry. Like Perry is a Jamaican first name. I mean, for real.
Oh God, no crap.
It is.
I ain't met too many like
just
Jamaican with Perry as their name. All the Perrys I know Jamaican.
All of the Winstons I know are Jamaican.
He said, "Nah, slavery."
He said, "Nah, slavery." That's crazy. That's a crazy comment.
What Coach B went?
I mean, he probably had enough.
See, y'all done made him mad.
I had one more question. I just want to know if he had got that Maurice Jones-Drew joint.
Done made him mad.
Hey, certified. I just want to know if he had the Maurice Jones-Drew joint, the UCLA joint. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to see, bro.
Yeah, the UCLA Minutemen.
Oh man. But nah, man. So that's kind of where we at with it, man. Next week, I guess we'll continue breaking this down. I think we'll be pretty much done when we get down to next week. We get it down to the finals.
Yeah, I think so. Or yeah, or
Four teams.
yeah, semifinals. Yeah. And then we could talk more about
Semifinals.
training camps and all that because because I think every team is in action next either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday in preseason games.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Coach B, that's
believe
disrespectful.
it starts on the
That's
8th to
disrespectful.
the 10th. That's when all preseason games start.
Yes,
I
yes.
just want to say this quickly about the Hall of Fame game.
Marcus
Watching the
Vick.
kickoff, I could see the potential for dynamic plays happening with that, specifically if you have like really talented skill position players back there. I could see that, and I could also understand why they created it that way, um, why they changed it the way they did. You can tell that it's clearly a way to have low risk injuries during plays.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, but I think it's more than just the low risk. I think the NFL identified they had a play where like every time you start the game or start the second half where you score either a field goal or a touchdown, you have to kick the ball off. I just think that they seen a situation where that it wasn't being utilized. Like you use a bunch of
hmm
touchbacks and all that, and it was like we need to make this an actual play in the game. And so I just think that's like I only seen one game with it, so and like that game had a lot of backups in it. Like I just need to see when actual teams are playing some of their start, like how that play looks. Like I don't hate it because the kickoff never happened anymore. So I don't hate that we changed the rule. I just need to see more of it.
yeah, I agree. I see the potential of where it can go, but to your point, I need to see starters um, playing at that position. But I see the potential, and it's going to be something new, and eventually have to get used to because this will be a part of the game. But yeah,
Uh, Tresnor got a question. I think it's for me and certified. To be honest, he said, "Who y'all got going to the Super Bowl? Can't pick the Eagles or San Fran."
If you can't pick the Eagles or San Fran, then should I want to be the Lions then? If that's the two teams you can't pick,
Yeah, the
Probably
Lions.
the Lions.
that's the easiest pick.
The Lions.
I guess you go off the board and you could say the Packers or maybe some other team that maybe like the Rams or something. Because if you think the Rams are gonna be good, but yeah.
um, without so from the NFC side, and you can't pick the Eagles or the San Fran, I'm gonna go Lions. I just think if they can reproduce the type of season that they had last year, and I think they're primed to do that, especially they got better on the defensive side. And also, I think Jameson Williams is going to develop into that wide receiver two for them with a full year of camp, being healthy, and under the play calling. Yeah, I think the Lions could definitely make a run. If we're
Yeah,
saying the Eagles and San Francisco aren't in the playoffs, if we're just using
Yeah.
that scenario, I
I
could
mean, my
definitely
thing
see the
about James,
Lions.
my only that's my main concern with the Lions' offense is this wide receiver too. Because Jameson Williams, but he's been hurt in college, he's been hurt in the pro. Like he just kind of stay hurt. Like
And then he had the suspension. I think he was out for what,
he's
four
out
to
for like
six games last year.
six. I think
Yeah,
yeah.
he was
six,
out.
4.
And I remember hearing talks about him not being able to pick up the playbook, which was also a reason why you saw him struggle. But I think in the last couple of games of the season and even into the playoffs, he started to come on a little bit more. So I think him being healthy, him having the playbook under his belt, I think we'll see better production from him.
And
Um,
so
Yeah.
my thing with James is even when he's playing, like his hands are not the greatest. They weren't at
hmm
Alabama and they aren't now. So I mean, it's always something that you could work on. I
Body
think,
catcher.
but you got to just see it. Like I got to see him just catch the ball with regularity more. That's all.
And I think Jameer Gibbs is really going to show out this year. We saw flashes of him last year, and I think he'll have a better season, in my opinion, this year.
Yeah, I think Jameer Gibbs is going to be a beast this year because I think that he's going to get a lot more snaps and he's just going to get a lot more opportunities. So
hmm
Tresnor says, Devin Hester loved the new kickoff rule. Hey, David, go troll somebody else, Darlene, okay?
It's
Okay.
going to be very
His,
good
his,
this
his,
year.
his name is David, but he's using his mama account. I go ahead, Darlene. Put your ass on. good take on Lions. Yeah, I think the Lions, man, to me, if I think they coach to me is a little too of a risk taker, too much of a risk taker sometimes.
Yeah.
Like those 3 2-point conversions in a row was just unnecessary. No matter how you felt about being cheated or whatever, you had to stick to your guns. I think you take the 3. But I think like to me they got a good team. Like they to be successful. I mean, they have a double running back system that's pretty much working well. Jared Goff, he's playing well. You got Amara St. Brown, Jamison Williams. Did they draft somebody this year too for offense?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I have to look at their draft to
I
know
thought
for
they had
sure.
drafted like a late receiver, if I wasn't mistaken. But either way, they got depth everywhere. Offensive line is to me top 3 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And defensive line, I think if they get Aiden Hutchinson some legit help on the other side, I think that defensive line would be impeccable, man. But I think sometimes
Well, you
it
know
get
they
down to
added
him being the
DJ
only
Reader,
rusher.
right?
Yeah, I'm looking at their draft. They didn't draft a wide receiver. I mean, they drafted a guard, Christian Mahogany out of BC, and then they drafted
Mahogany. That is who it is.
Yeah, Mahogany, and then they drafted Vaki, the running back out of Utah, but no
Okay.
wide receiver.
Mahogany. I was thinking about him in the back of my head, but for some reason, wide receiver came up. We like the Mahogany, Mick. That's why he in my head.
I mean, you and every other team. Shit,
I'm saying like me and you when we was going through our draft preview, we both liked the Mahogany as a decent, third round pickup.
The crazy shit is like I didn't expect him to go that late. I didn't expect him to. He went in the 6th round like that. That was a big surprise for me.
I think we had him in the 3rd or the 4th.
It was like the 3rd or the 4th. Yeah, I mean, but like that's the thing about this draft. Like a lot of the interior linemen, they didn't go early. They went late. So. But it's not like the lines need more, like line help anyways. I mean, like they're line the best in the league. So I mean, like the thing about Mahogany is he's just gonna be in development. Like he's not gonna see the field this year. Shit, he might not even see the field next year.
You know what I like about Detroit is like I don't know what they did, but they are fixing what's wrong. And they're not just fixing the shit. They're like knocking fucking home runs, yo. Like Detroit has really
Facts.
been killing it in the draft and free agency. You know what I'm saying? Like they are whatever their deficiency is in the off season, they are directly attacking that shit. And they've been doing that
100%.
consistently for like 3 seasons. And Smitty, you remember I was saying early in the season, I was like, man, we might have a problem on our hands with Detroit, bro. Like these motherfuckers are young and they're really, really good.
I mean,
Really, really, really cheap, yo. Like these motherfuckers are really good and they're young.
I mean, the only issue that they're gonna have is the quarterback. Because I mean, like, yeah, Jared Goff signed it. I don't hate Jared Goff, but he signed an extension. But I mean, at some point, like he's in his 30s too, so he's not gonna play.
Didn't they draft one?
Then they draft Hooker, right?
Yeah, they draft Hooker.
Yeah, Hendon Hooker, but Hendon Hooker is a little on the older side too. And,
he is like 26.
If he pans out to just be a mid-level, if he pans out to just be a mid-level starter, Detroit isn't going to have much drop off at all.
Yeah, I've been seeing some news out of camp for him, and they're saying he's showing great development. He's shown improvements from last season. He's really flashing.
So he's actually like moving and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, he's 100% healthy now. I mean, I mean, like, he was healthy midway through the season last year, but he's not. It's not.
See, if y'all look at the comments, this is why I don't be talking to David. You see how you can't understand half his responses. This is why I don't be entertaining David. You can't who is Jessica? Who is Jessica? Jessica's going to make the playoffs, but they're going to get knocked off in the. Who is Jessica?
Maybe he means Green Bay.
I don't know.
How did you put Jessica?
I mean, maybe he was trying to type G and he typed J. I guess. I mean,
is he calling Jared Goff Jessica? I
have no.
He said Detroit is going to be in the Super Bowl while the 49ers are sitting. Why did the 49ers sitting at home?
Okay.
David comes to all my podcasts, so
But
y'all think I'm
this
calling him out, but he's there
the
every week.
question was who's
Oh, you got a
gonna
fan.
make the
Oh,
Super Bowl out of the NFC that aren't the Eagles and 49ers. That was the question. So we're just answering that question.
man.
Amber, I don't know either. I don't know who Jessica is. I'm trying to figure it out. Hey, David, can you tell me who Jessica is? I was thinking it's the Jets. That's what I thought he was putting. The Jets gonna make it, but they gonna get knocked off. But
I
I'm
guess.
not sure.
Oh,
I'm not. Hey,
I
look,
maybe.
listen.
don't.
I deal with David 3 times a week on every one of my shows. This is the
Oh
first time he
man.
ever came on a Saturday.
Oh,
Nah, I thought he was I thought he was in the comments like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I might have missed him then, but he show up every week, Wednesday, Monday, Sunday. I thought he was an Eagle fan, but
he's
he's
a
a Cowboy
loyal
fan.
supporter.
Oh, well, so that's
He's a
why he.
Cowboy fan.
Oh yeah, so now it
He's a
makes
Cowboy
sense.
Oh,
fan.
That's right. That's why
he's
he
a
trolling.
Cowboy fan. Oh
Yeah,
boy,
yeah.
boy, do I
Who
love
y'all got
Cowboy
going in
fans.
the AFC? Who y'all got going in the AFC?
I
I
mean,
I don't want
mean,
to say the team that's.
shit. I don't
I
got the Chiefs
mean,
going. I'll say that.
oh man, this the
Nah,
best roster Patty done had, bro.
I don't give a damn if the best. Like just, that don't like last year they had one of the worst.
Oh,
I don't say the worst roster, but they had one of the worst offenses that they've had, and they still won the
bro,
Super Bowl. That don't mean nothing.
right?
yeah, but I
Exactly,
think
The best
they, I
roster they've
think
had
they,
exactly.
they're
last
better.
5 years. That's gonna be one with the Super Bowl. Get there.
I think you have an upgrade with Hollywood Brown. I like how Rasheed Rice came on the scene last year. I think that's their wide receiver one. You can argue maybe
Hmm.
two if you put Hollywood, if people want to put Hollywood Brown at the one. Um,
I mean, but they
one of
also lost one of
the
their best boundary corners too, though. They traded them away.
true, but
Yeah,
the thing with the Chiefs that they've shown is that they can develop DBs. So I don't really have too many concerns about that. And I feel like if they let go of Snead, they felt like there was somebody on the roster that they have faith can fill that
Yeah.
position for
So,
him.
so I'll say this
oh
right.
the
I mean, I'll say
the
this right. Right.
Lions are better than the 49ers. Interesting.
Developing
Thanks.
is one thing, but then when you're trying to replace someone that's damn near at an all pro level, that's a whole nother that's a different thing. So yeah, I mean they can develop DBs, but I mean, can you replace I mean like the guy that you trade that was I'm not sure if he was all pro, but he was damn near an all pro CB cornerback last year. I just don't know if you can replace that in one season.
Yeah.
I
So
agree. I agree. I agree that there's going to be a drop off because you can't replace a talent like that. But I just feel like they'll have a solid back end of their defense. That's just me. I
I mean,
just feel like that back end defense will still be solid. Yeah, you're not going to have that all pro player, but I'm just saying they threw a rookie out there one year and he was one of the top producers at his position for them. So I just have faith that they can develop that position.
I mean, if I
Um,
pick a team that's going to dethrone them, I only really got two teams. Like I don't have a whole bunch of teams. Like I don't think anybody out of the AFC East is going to dethrone like the Bills or the Jets or even the I just don't see that happening. Possibly the Texans. I got to see them play though. I mean, I seen them the preseason game and that was cute, but I mean, CJ didn't play and all that, so. I mean, I really got to see what the energy is between him and Diggs. Like that's what what I want to see. Um,
hmm
so if it's not the Texans, I mean, it got to be someone out the north. Like maybe like, see, I would say the Bengals. I don't like their secondary. I don't like a lot of people ain't talking about the Bengals defense. Like it's not that good.
Bruh, it's not.
It's
It's
not. They
not.
lost a lot of
It's
talent
not.
on there, and they're acting like like the fans in spaces are acting like
It's just the same
they're
defense from
okay.
like 3 years ago.
Yeah, and it's not.
It's not the
Like
same defense.
you can't tell me that DJ Reader is not a big loss for y'all. You can't tell me that.
Well, it's not just
Like
DJ Reader thing, but it's also their secondary isn't that talented at all. It's just not.
is Awuzie still with them?
No, I think he left. I think he went to a different team.
Yeah, I mean there's like certain pieces on that team that left and I just don't that's a
And
big
I'm gonna
question
hate to
mark for
say
me.
this, and I mean, like, I'm gonna hate to say this, but I mean, like if the Browns, if Deshaun plays well and their team doesn't get hurt, like in key positions, they got a good chance to go to the Super Bowl. I hate because I would hate to see them like on Twitter on the space, but they act too damn crazy. But I mean, I got to tell you what the truth is, and I could see them making the Super Bowl how their team is built. I mean, just to be honest,
I agree with you, but the biggest question is, are
Deshaun.
we going to see a better Deshaun, or are we going to see the same Deshaun that we've seen, who's been an okay quarterback but hasn't been at that high level of play that I guess people expected him to have with Cleveland. Oh, and Tresnor to yeah, Joe Mixon I think is a huge loss. I think
Yeah,
that's a big loss for him. Like he
he
had great
went
production for them.
and
And he's with the Texans now. They traded him for like a seventh or something.
yeah.
Um
Well, yeah, because he's on the last year's deal. Like that's the crazy thing is like the Texans got two high level players from teams inside the conference. When that shit don't be happening
mhm.
that often. I mean, they got Mixon from the Bengals, and then they got Diggs from the Bills. Like shit like that don't be happening in the off season where you got one team that gets key players from within the same conference.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the Texans, if specifically with the pieces that they've added, if they can replicate the season they had last year, yeah, that's a team that can be in the conversation of potentially making a Super Bowl run. I like the Browns, but like I said, Deshaun, the Ravens. My problem is y'all still ain't just that wide receiver room,
Well,
and I don't
it's not just that,
like.
but like they lost a lot on their coaching staff though. That's the thing.
Yeah, like what
They
Donald
lost.
McDaniel,
Yeah, he's with the
he's with
Seahawks.
Seattle now. You lost some.
And then
You
I
didn't
think
really
their
lose
linebackers
much
coach.
on your like
Well,
what Patrick Queen went to the Steelers.
and then
Um,
their linebackers coach is the DC for the Dolphins. So it's
yeah,
not just one coach. Like they lost a good amount of coaches, good amount
yeah,
of players. So I'm just not sure. I mean, like if Lamar has a great season, then they got a chance to, they'll be in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs every year. I mean, I'm not going to shade them like that. They'll be in the playoffs, and then whatever happens, happens. But I mean, they're going to need, Lamar to be a top level quarterback for them to make it to the Super Bowl.
for sure. And
Uh,
I just don't like the wide receiver depth after Zay Flowers. I don't.
Trez got another question. He said, "What do y'all think about Brendan Rice?" I like what I've seen out of him so far at day camp. I really can't speak too much further than that. I mean, I
I mean,
thought he was a project coming out of college. I mean, I thought
see, I
he
don't
needed a
know.
little bit of development.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's so much of a project. I just don't think USC used his capabilities to the best of his abilities. Like I don't think they did. Like I mean, I just think that they had him playing a certain role as a wide receiver, and they never looked at like they never tried to expand his role. And I mean, like now you're in the NFL, and like the team that you're on is going to try to do like expand your role, see what you can do, and I think that's what the Chargers are doing. I think he's a
yeah. I
good
think
right?
him being with the Chargers was great. Um, I think he can possibly develop into the wide receiver we think he can be. But I don't really have too many thoughts, you know. Um, I think he can be good, but I just have to see how he develops.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be a wide receiver 1 or 2 or anything in his career. I think
Nah, I think he'll be a solid three.
3. Yeah, that's just how I saw him
He
in the
he might
draft.
have an opportunity to become two at the Chargers because Quentin Johnson can't catch his shoestrings if they was in his hand.
But yeah, you have what Lat McConkey, DJ Chark,
I think you got Palmer too.
you got Josh Palmer. Yeah, it's there's some talent with the wide receivers over there right now. But yeah, I think Brendan Rice he can crack a wide receiver three position. Maybe four. I think he will be he could potentially become a starter. But I don't know.
Um, he said, I think he fat. I think he got some speed. I think he got some good upside, man. Like Brendan Rice could really be good. He got the capability of being a good receiver. I kind of think he's on the right team to get some opportunities too, because I know y'all didn't say nothing when I said about QJ, but I just think,
Yeah, I
dude, man,
mean,
he dropped too many passes. He looked way too bad. Like sometimes I be watching they tape, be like, bro, that's in your hands, and he just be like how you ain't catch the ball, like you. Like people, I don't know if y'all remember, like 2-3 years ago when they were talking about Jamar Chase having drop issues. It was like, all right,
mhm.
it's camp. let's see what happened in the season. Then Jamar Chase got erased. It didn't erase for QJ. He's still dropping them.
Yeah, but
I remember them calling Chase a bust in the preseason.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't make that comparison though, because it's like Chase was catching the ball like in college, like QJ was dropping the ball at TCU. A lot of people just don't know that because they weren't watching the games. Like he was doing that then. He's been doing that. He's a body catcher. I mean, like Jamar Chase showed you his special ability, with the Tigers. So I don't like. Yeah, people was talking about it. He wasn't catching the ball or whatever. They was some dumb people was calling him a bust when he hadn't played one. He hadn't played one real snap yet.
Yep.
But I just never saw it that way.
Do I think Barkley going?
Yeah, listen, I think he's the best running back besides their quarterback on the team. Like,
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Whoa, what? Hey, look, we gonna go ahead and get up on it.
That is a lot.
No, y'all tripping. Hey, listen. All right.
Certified, but I don't really expect that from Pop like that. I
was like, it's all right.
Now you hear that? Now how I get it?
Look,
I ain't even did nothing.
Those your words,
that's why.
Nah, but you can't deny that.
You see how I get thrown in stuff? I ain't even did nothing.
Out of your rushing attack last year, like, yeah, y'all had Swift, but like Hurts was y'all best running back in the rushing attack.
And you know how pissed I was?
Not last year. I'll say 2022. Not last year. He had to be injured last year.
I was last year.
He was doing a lot of falling down on runs. I mean, he had a couple walk-offs, but like 2022, I'll give you that. He was definitely the best runner. And Miles Sanders had 1,300 yards, and he was the best. But last year he was hurt, so he wasn't really running like he should have.
No, I'm gonna give you last year because I drafted Swift and Fancy. Every time y'all got down to the 4-yard line, he couldn't.
Listen. Hold on. Wait. It was my fault. He keeps. Look, it's a 17. Hey, look, J-Man, it's a 17-minute tape on YouTube of people falling at the one and Jalen Hurts getting touchdowns. I swear.
I fucking hated that shit so bad. But
I think Swift got it inside the 5, and y'all end up giving it to Hurts, bro. Like,
what you mean?
And we got.
I forgot what it was in a game.
What's the breaking news?
The Dolphins just restructured Tyreek Hill's deal. Worth $90 million over the next 3 years. That includes $65 million of guaranteed money. They were gonna have to do it anyway because they just niggas is getting paid. Like, so he was definitely gonna ask for some more money. They're gonna give. They basically gave
him what we gave AJ. Man. He already was making more than AJ, so it's gonna be more money. But
Brandon might
we gave AJ.
Traded.
Who?
Brandon.
Ooh, the first person I heard said.
I mean, they talk the Browns and the Patriots. That's what they're talking about right now. Those are the two teams.
I mean, listen, dog. Like I said, listen. If we can get Judon, and you know, I don't know how much he getting paid.
I mean, he's only making $6.5 million this year.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but that's the last year. Yeah.
Hey, if y'all like, hey, look.
Shakari is about to run.
Yeah.
She is.
We might have to. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we appreciate all y'all for popping out, showing love.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll be back next week, man, Saturday. But everybody tune in. Shakari Richards finna. Shakari finna run. Hey, I had the TV on too, but she ain't running yet. It's another heat before her, but I know everybody want to get prepared to get
this.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Until next time, man.
Like and subscribe.